My name's Ross Steffenauer. I've been here 9 years this coming July in 2025, so just shy of 9 years at this point. The Health, Safety, Environmental Manager, as well as a Facilities Manager and also Continuous Improvement Manager. So I've run most of the facility infrastructure as well as health and safety. The way we currently respond is we've built a series of checklists. So we have some escalating communication plans we have in place where if we know something's coming, whether it's a storm or even some of these hard freezes that we get, we have an escalating checklist that we use. That could be stuff as much as securing the facility, moving stuff that can fly around in a storm indoors, up through payroll and how we pay people if we have to close the facility for a certain amount of time. So we try to include as much of that in the checklist as we can. The disaster program that I went through, I came back with a continuity plan kind of initiative, and part of that was how do we put a team together to make decisions faster within the organization when there's a crisis. And so what we did is we assembled a crisis management team, which changes the org structure just a little bit, where there's just a few of us that report directly to the president during an emergency or a crisis situation. That way, communication flows a lot faster, decisions are made a lot faster, and then we can execute whatever those decisions are a lot faster. And so that team is enacted during an emergency or a crisis, and it's in place until the crisis is over. And that's usually through a communication on that team to say, okay, we're through this, and we can now kind of go back to the regular org structure. And networking is huge, especially within the city of Pearland. It's helped us be prepared. It's helped us, and outside of the preparation on the response as well. So there's a lot of city services, a lot of individuals within the city that we can go to that help us to take action in certain areas, whether it's through Centerpoint, other utility services, waste removal, things like that. So having that network within the city has been critical for our success here through these different crises that we've encountered. A big part was the development of a robust business continuity plan. Everything we did was off of a checklist, and it was how to prepare when the crisis hits. Prior to it hitting, we never really put together the plan on how do we get through the crisis from a business continuity standpoint. So enacting the crisis management team was a new development coming out of that workshop, as well as how do we leverage in the city our affiliates. So we have some other Mitsubishi affiliates. How do we leverage their potential support, whether it's office space, wherever it might be, and how can we be reciprocal for that support for them, right? So we built all that into a plan, communicated with our affiliates, and then we was able to implement that plan through our leadership team here. The other side of it too that we added to our plan was on the insurance side. So part of the presentations last time, the last workshop, was insurance. So we took our continuity plan not just through the crisis, but then also once it's over, how do you get back on your feet, right? Which is a big part of the planning that some potential companies may or may not have in their plans. So how do you contact your insurance? What are they looking for in a claim? How do you put the claim information together? How do you make sure your record keeping is so that you can submit everything to your claims adjuster in a timely manner to get reimbursed for what could be sizable losses after a major storm event? So that was a big part of what came out of the last disaster workshop as well.